I am now joined by Dr. Rosemary Dzuvichu, the advisor of the Naga Mothers Association. Mrs. Dzuvichu, welcome to Northeast Live. The Naga Mothers Association, day before yesterday, took a major decision to once again oppose the urban local body elections in Nagaland. Everybody thought that the issue of women's reservation was resolved.
Wasbir, the other day, the meeting on the 29th had women from a cross-section of professions and background, including university students. And we have taken three major decisions. And this is because of the repeal bill which has been passed by the Nagaland Legislative Assembly. And I think we are very clear, one, that Naga women are for implementing the 33 reservation of seats for women, which is there in the First Amendment.
Yeah.
The second resolution is that we object to the decision to repeal this bill without taking any consultation with women who are also equal citizens in the state. And thirdly, we have taken cognizance of the silence of our two elected women members of the Legislative Assembly who remained silent during the discussion on passing the repeal bill, which I think has been a big disappointment for Naga women.
Right. For the sake of the viewers, Dr. Dzuvichu, for the sake of the viewers, would you explain what the repeal of this bill, what is the impact of the repeal of this bill?
The impact of the repeal is going to be enormous if the Supreme Court accepts it. And one, we need to remember that no matter what repeal or what passage of bills are being done, the legislators themselves have forgotten that this is actually a case pending in the Supreme Court and it is sub judice. And therefore, the reaction of the Supreme Court is awaited. And when the first, second, and the third amendments of this municipal act has been done, one for women reservation, two for the exemption of taxation over land and buildings, which has been the main complaint of the tribe ho-hos. There is actually no reason for the state assembly to think of repealing this bill. And to again go back to the idea that we need to redraft a bill on our own, I think it has to go to the parliament. It is a serious issue.
Absolutely. Now, what could be the intent? Do you suspect the intent of the government while repealing the bill? And if so, what could it be? Do you think the government once again is making the road clear to put as less women as possible?
Definitely. It is actually a whole struggle against patriarchy. And I think we are looking at that from that point of view based on the discussions we had the other day, because of the very fact that there has been strong objections in the last few weeks, months, once again against the women reservation in the reserved wards 1, which is just 33%. And secondly, now the objection has been against the reserved post of chairpersons, 1/3 of chairpersons, as per the Municipal Act rules. And with the objections from the tribe ho-hos, I think the state government has made a mistake in not listening, nor consulting women groups and women organizations, and going ahead, and all this selective interpretation of customs and practices, and also, trying to put Article 371A as always being an excuse. I think this will definitely have far-reaching dimensions.
Right. Now the Election Commission has also postponed the elections, the local body elections.
The State Election Commission was actually directed by the Supreme Court to give the dates. They had given the polling dates, and now they have cancelled it. We don't know, because we are no longer the petitioners there. We don't know whether this is with the approval of the Supreme Court in cancelling the election dates. And that's why I think for us common citizens, it is a very big legal matter.
Now,
that is what we foresee.
Right. Finally, what will be the next course of action? That means the Naga Mothers Association will be bent on opposing the polls as and when the government decides to hold without these corrections.
We will definitely support any election that is held in the municipality, provided the 1/3 reservation of wards as well as of chairpersons is given. Because most people tend to forget that actually this reservation of wards and of chairpersons comes from 243T of the Indian Constitution. And it is not the Municipal Act alone, but this actually comes from the Constitution. It's a constitutional right of women now in India, and therefore any redrafted act will have to include again the issues that I've just mentioned.
Now, what will be the Naga Mothers Association's next course of action?
Well, we have already sent the report and the resolutions to various authorities. We will see how the state government proves itself as being a government of the people. And when the Naga society itself has 50% who are women, whether women's voices will matter in the course of actions following. That is what we are going to look ahead.
And lastly, what are you going to tell the two women legislators, one of whom is a minister?
They have brought us shame. We are being very open about it. Our press statement yesterday, which has come out, has been flashed in all the local dailies. And women were unanimous that day in the meeting and very critical of their silence. Even though they were a minority in the assembly, we definitely expected them to raise concerns on why this municipal act is important for Naga women.
Absolutely. Dr. Rosemary Dzuvichu, thank you very much indeed for speaking to me on Northeast Live.
Thank you. Thank you, Wasbir.